Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, I don't blame you. You can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely 36mm yellow gold Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar chronograph. This is reference 3970J, a Series 3, and we'll talk about what that means in a moment. It is one of the most traditionally sized Patek complications of the modern era. These were made from 1986 to 2004, and the model you see on my wrist was made between 1991 and 1995, and we'll talk about why that is in just a moment when we discuss hallmarks. But 36mm makes this watch wearable on almost any wrist. My wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, wears this one with ease, and as you can see, wrist real estate to spare. Lug to lug, the watch measures an incredibly wearable 43mm, so I can recommend this watch, which by the way is 12.9 millimeters thick, for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. This could easily be a woman's power watch, just as it is a man's power watch. The spacing between the lugs, an old-timey 19 millimeters, expected on a watch designed during the 1980s. Now, it is a wonderful little thing to wear, and I mean that in the most enduring possible terms. It is a timepiece of lovely proportions and versatile dimensions. The strap is black, a large rectangular scale alligator leather. You can see it's matte. It has a monotone stitch and it has a sheer edge showing you the construction, but it's a thin cut strap. A new Patek Philippe factory strap. You can see you'll have the pleasure of gouging the strap apertures first. This one is in outstanding shape. The watch features what was optional at the time, a deployant clasp, so good on you. You get more gold, you get more Patek Philippe. A nicely made system with a filigree style wire like Calatrava Cross. It gives you that extra bit of insurance against droppage while donning or removing at bedside. Now, moving back to the case, we talked a little bit about the age of the watch, and the lateral hallmarking of the case marks this quite literally as an early 90s Patek Philippe. As you can see, the hallmarks of the watch are carried in the lateral profile of the lugs. Now, what you're looking right there is the Helvetic hallmark that preceded the Saint Bernard, later used on all precious metal Swiss hallmarked watches. So you have the image of Helvetia, and of course, she's still quite robust and sharp. So this watch has been rarely, if ever, refinished. But the timepiece was made between 1991, when the Series 3 started, and 1995, when the new Saint Bernard diamond-shaped hallmark replaced this lovely lady. So you know when the watch was made. And the timepiece is a Series 3. As you can see, there's a lot going on here. The sculpted lugs, by the way, look, the fluting in the profile of the lugs, still present and correct on all four corners. Those are usually the first things to go when a watch is poorly refinished. You can see the fluting present, visible, and correct with the naked eye. Concave bezel profile and a lovely tubby rounded case with welded lugs. You can see all evidence of the solder joint removed by hand. This is an extensively handmade watch, externally and internally. A handmade, lush, and wonderfully anachronistic case form. The dial is what really marks it as a Series 3. As you can see, the hands are baton-shaped and pointed at their ends, and then you have indices that now feature dart-style inward points. So that's how you can easily, at a glance, determine you're looking at either a Series 3 or a Series 4. Series 4 very rare. Series 3 is actually most of the run of the 3970. And that's what you have right here. You can see that it is a perpetual calendar. Let's take a quick tour of the dial. Nicely balanced. You can split it from top to bottom and achieve bilateral symmetry. It's a matte dial with yellow gold hands, yellow gold indices. There is a day and a month up at 12 o'clock. You have a mono counter with chronograph minutes and leap year phase for the calendar. You have a constant seconds indicator and a 24-hour indicator, so you know when not to set the watch using the pusher adjusters on the case flank. Don't use those pushers at night. My advice, always set the watch at 6 a.m. Turn it to 6 a.m. and then set it. And then you never have to worry about the 24-hour dial. It just becomes your AM PM. There's a radial date, as you can see, coaxial with a crescent-style moon phase with a lovely navy blue cosmos, and you can see the blue needle style chronograph seconds hand at center. It is a chronograph, yes. It is also a perpetual calendar. What does that mean? It means the watch never needs to be updated. If you keep it running, it doesn't need to be corrected until the year 2100. It can deal with irregular length months. It can deal with leap years, all of that and then some. Turn it all over and you see the mechanism that makes this possible. This is Patek Philippe's caliber CH2770Q. It's based on the Lemania 2310 Bausch, which in a different form as the Omega 321 went to the moon. Highly regarded, the Lemania caliber is a manual wind with an 18,000 vibration per hour beat rate. You can see a free-sprung Patek Gyromax balance modification with an overcoil hairspring to help the watch keep excellent time in 6 positions, adjusted in 1 more position than a chronometer, plus to heat and to cold. You can see the Geneva hallmark, because this is a Geneva hallmark caliber with mirrored anglage on the edge of every lever and every bridge. Black polished screw heads with chamfered slots. Perfectly aligned Côte de Genève across the spare but beautifully executed bridges. And you can see that this is a lovely column wheel lateral clutch chronograph. You can see the column wheel, its levers. You can see the recentering hammers that act on the heart cam at center. And you can see that all the levers feature mirrored anglage or chamfering on their edge, plus satin across their tops. 24 joules, 60-hour power reserve. Again, this is old school watchmaking. You can see it because the column wheel, capped in Geneva fashion with a lateral clutch, is one of the most beautiful ways to make a chronograph. Not because the lateral clutch is more efficient than vertical, but because it's more beautiful. Look at it moving into engagement and then out of contact. Look at the recentering hammers falling on the heart cam. You can see everything here. Again, 60-hour power reserve with a balance that's almost, well, it basically is 1/3 the diameter of the entire movement. Old school watchmaking and much missed. Again, this is as good as chronographs, Geneva watchmaking, and Patek Philippe get.